been a weaker map for NAVI Junior and one they struggled on recently. But obviously they had that win against the Bulls earlier in the tournament, pretty clean one at that. And I think there's definitely an air of potential for trying to make this map more of a battlegrounds for them. I think if there's no way you'd leave it in as a decider if you weren't prepared to play it. I could understand if maybe it was like the case map pick, but having 2 sets of bans and not taking out Inferno shows to me that there may be some confidence there for Navi Junior, something that they've been able to figure out. In case they aren't the greatest on Inferno either, they've had a mixed bag of results. They aren't a consistent team that's been piling on the rounds or the wins on this map, but they've had some strong results recently. So
I mean,
certainly,
definitely, if
yeah.
they left Inferno in the pool, I'm sure they have something prepared, unless they got Exist as their dedicated pick banner. Uh, but jokes aside, we are going into the pistol round here, straight into the action, as there's 3 counter-terrorists are already prepared on Banana, with the terrorists not really giving them all that much in terms of aggression. Just Yeps at the tree will be advancing forward, awaiting a flash probably, as he has to swing wide and get the frags. But the anti-flash players might just be too much of opposition for him. Nissim missing the head, but does connect a little bit as the flash does rain in. But Menezzi was playing anti-flash, as I said. Only good for 1, however, leaving his teammate behind sandbags, who will find a frag, but that leaves them in a 2 versus 3 situation still on the cross. No one is shooting through the smokes. They don't want to give up the fact that there's many players there, as a boost does come in. And come on, the planter, surely he dies in this one. No, but Ankir still finds a kill toward the back of the site, leaving them in a 2 versus 2 situation. And DZT on 1 HP, and he goes down, just down to Nissim in a 1v2.
He could collect the bomb. He'd have a few options of what to do. Plenty of time to run over towards the A site if that's what he wanted. But he's actually going to walk past the bomb and try and take the fight instead. Kiveen shot found, but can't take down Onkir. Just 1 man too many for him, and it is going to be Navi Jr. picking up the first round. And that came off the back of Nissim finding an opening again with that P250. He's been having so much impact on these T-side pistol rounds for his team.
Absolutely right. Always good to get entry kills. The Banana defense from the Navi Junior side, it wasn't too big of a fan of keeping that many players that close. And of course, Menezzi with the CZ75 on a pistol round, just absolute lunacy, but he does make it work. Was good for at least 1 kill. As the mid push is coming in, and Menezzi reconsiders the peak as he falls on back instead. Delboni, however, should be able to find something with that AK, or just pass it on to one of his teammates. Bogdan's Law, he is low HP after all. Throws it over to DZT.
Like reverse Bogdan's Law now.
Well, it just makes sense to do so.
Yeah.
Sensible Law.
Yeah, but they heard the shots from that AK, so Navi Jr. will know that there's one on the field. How many is a different sort of question. They'll probably expect a couple, but that Deagle, you didn't even see Yeps. Menezzi at least finds 1, but his teammates all falling around him. This could be Cade finding a very nice Deagle round here.
Oh yeah, after losing the initial pistol round, getting this bomb plant is certainly a good start, and even better, the fact that the Navi Junior guys are just running away at this point, trying to keep these 3 weapons alive for the next. Definitely, they're going to be coming in handy here, as the buy will be even better than it was in this round. And yeah, KC Esports, they swing it back, man. We've seen them deny the pistol time and time again, but failing to convert off of the second round is perhaps even worse than losing the pistol straight up. So we'll be seeing how they do in the next round. Definitely an important one, the third. Will be dictating the pace of the entire match.
And off the back of that as well, they collect an M4 and an MP9 alongside that AK. So the case, a bit of extra supplementary weaponry should be a very nice help in hand in the in the coming round. As a Navi Junior, they will buy up as much as they can. Menezzi obviously carries that scout forward, a couple SMGs, but Pogolov, he goes for CZ75. Onke with a Deagle. There's certainly a chance to make some damage from this, but Case with the few rifles, a couple SMGs. Might be too much to deal with. An aggressive from DZT. He gets one. They've switched places into the madness. What is going on? How is Cynix here?
But sneak 100? Okay. I mean, they know he's here somewhat as Nissim was trying to find him, but the rest of the terrorists just chucking grenades at his team.
DZT's at CT spawn. What is going on?
This round is complete lunacy. Players just running past each other, you know, giving high fives on the way, and that's going to be the B bomb site completely cleared, as it is just going to be Pogorlov up close, MP9 in hand, trying to salvage this round, waiting for backup in Menezi, who still has a scout, which is not the best weapon to be dealing with this, especially with CT re-smoked this late into the round. The bomb will have been ticked down so much by the time that smoke dissipates. The push needs to come in beforehand, and I'm afraid the two flashes are going to have to get used here, but to what extent and which angles will they be clearing off? 0 players flashed in that one. Delboni on the back lines, just waiting for his opportunity to swing on out. Sees the players, doesn't connect the kill, though. Will be good for Pogorlov when he pushes him, and, well, that's going to be the round right there. Menezi just can't get anything done. Should have stayed around for the frag onto the low player, Delboni, at the back box, but dies instead. And this was a absolutely weird start to this whole round, and predictably, the Brazilians, after getting the second round, do actually secure the third, which definitely not something they've been having too good of a luck on in this best of 3, but they do manage to get it done, and a third round should be in their back pocket already, as the Navi Junior guys will be saving a full eco going in.
Should be Case easily mopping this one up. I mean, we could talk about anything we wanted to during this round, and it should be 3 on the board at the end of it.
We could.
Yeah. It would make no difference.
Absolutely none. So how's life treating you these days?
You know, been working this event. It's pretty fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Liking any teams?
Navi Junior. They look pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Not on Inferno, unfortunately, as we've seen previously.
Or Dust 2.
Dust 2 T-side specifically. They did pretty good on CT, but man,
Yeah.
KC Sports had their number the whole time. And like not really that many executes on Dust 2 either. Just like 2 defaults they were going for, either long control in the beginning, which was very rare of them, or just the standard split. No real innovation, as I hope we will see some of it once they get to the T-side of Inferno. Looking forward to seeing some new stuff. As Menezi gets forced back, 2 angles, in fact, behind the smoke on Arch. These terrorists, they're taking no prisoners, just pressing W and pushing on through, getting bullets in the backs of their craniums, unfortunately, leaving us in a 3v3 here, as it was a bit of a spicy situation for the longest time. No bomb planted yet, and yet another kill goes the way of Navi Junior.
I have no idea what's going on. Just
Same.
people everywhere on the map, shots through smokes. Chaos is reigning supreme, and with Cynix finding that kill as well until Delboni landed missing the chance onto him, but instead finds Menezi, leaving it's in a 1 versus 2, and a P250 drive-by. Ka-chow for that one, Pogorlov, because he is dead. And now Landon has a 1v1, doesn't know where Cynix is going to be, but knows he was in alt mid, and he can spec apartments, but it's Cynix who just about mops it up for Navi Junior in just absolute carnage.
This whole round, just
Yeah.
If we're gonna be seeing carnage every round like that, I'm a pretty happy camper at that point. You know, we saw the confusion on Banana to start us out with, and now we're seeing this kind of tomfoolery with just pressing W the entire time, pushing very aggressively with not that much time on the that has passed in the round. Getting shots through smoke like nobody's business, trades happening all over the place. I think we're in for a good third and final map here for the LOOT.BET Season 9 qualifier.
Yeah, and it's so chaotic. I even said ka-chow.
You did say ka-chow.
Yeah.
Which is a sick reference that the Zoom Zooms will be very happy for in chat, I'm sure.
My next on the list is to bring an Among Us reference, but I feel like that's already gone.
Nah, that's old
Yeah,
news, granddad.
yeah. I remember doing one a while back that got all the Zoomers happy. Yeah.
Yeps. Finding Sinex just completely isolated from his teammate there due to that Molotov, but Menezi waits for the molly to expire and finds Yeps in return. So still a good situation for Case, although they do have Nissim on 15 HP, so maybe that's not as advantageous as I made it out to be, especially against the MP9s on the CT side, right? They have 3 of those plus an AWP on Menezi. Definitely a dangerous setup to be going for, especially on Inferno, because there's so many close corners. And with Nissim on 15, only a couple bullets will be taking him down for sure. As it looks to be an A execute with Pogorlov and Onkir holding onto it. Just MP9s, and it might still be a B split, actually. Presence on Banana seems to indicate just that, and no players on long to give them this information. Navi Jr. won't know what hit him if they go toward Arch, and there you go. KC Sports, the Brazilian side, making their way toward B.
Oh
That
no.
Banana player just needs to stay alive. I'm not sure why he's playing this aggressively, but oh yeah, he's behind the corner, so Menezi expects him, and he's about to get shot from the
Yeah, you
side,
don't
but
expect the
Menezi
flank.
finds the kill, but then the immediate trade to Menezi, leaving only one player on the back lines as a speedy flank does come in, but okay, Landon, it's not the time to plant the bomb yet, my dude. The bomb site still has players on it, and you're being flanked. But there you go, crisis averted. DZT should have this kill every day of the week.
Case Esports. That was a PogChamp rotation through CT there.
That was a big chungus of a B take there.
Yeah, chunky boy.
I actually pioneered Chungus way back in the day in 2015. My first
you're
sort
an
of
OG
clan tag.
Chunguser.
No, it was initially a Jim Sterling thing. YouTuber that some of you guys might know talks about the industry and all of that, like video games and stuff, consumer rights and whatnot. Yeah, just had like a podcast, and Chungus was one of his catchphrases, where it was just like a word that he had made up, and then some a-hole in 2019 decides to put that word over a picture of fat Bugs Bunny, and well, then that whole reference just becomes like a god's tier meme that has absolutely no connection to the source material. But my first clan tag in CS was Chungus time. Every time was Chungus time. I was ahead of my years.
I think my first contact was Moist.
Reasonable. Just as reasonable as the initial frag there from Menezi, finding the advantage for the Navi Junior side. Of course, they are saving their money on this one, but still an AWP present on Young Simple over there as they look to win this round out. But with no AWP present here on A, that is going to be quite a difficult order. Still, the Deagles might go huge. On Kier, Pogorlov does find Dilboni. Very good initial frag here for this A take, as the terrorists are still kept at bay. They do find Pogorlov eventually, but the cavalry has arrived. Onkir on site finds the first. Not going to be good for a second. And as good as it looked for Navi Jr. at the beginning, having a 2-man lead, they do capitulate in the end with only Menezi left on the AWP. You think he goes for this?
He's Cyclops moding in, so it looks like he might do. There's a player in sight, a player by Grave.
Yes. We are officially in the retake from Menezi, and he just takes a quick peek on short, and after not finding the kill, he doesn't want to risk the AWP. Doorbell.
I heard that.
I'm sure the stream heard it as well. That is a can't do anything about it, guys. I can't just put a sign in front of my house that says don't ring. I'm casting Counter-Strike. I suppose I could, but they don't know what Counter-Strike is. Oh my god, okay.
They really want your attention, Sermon. Have you heard of the Lord's wisdom?
Hello, have you considered accepting Loot.BET into your life?
Yeah, I
Did
was
you
gonna,
know
you
that
beat me
using the
to it.
code Porto, using the code Porto, you can get a 100 euro sign up bonus to match your deposit? You can have daily quests.
Yeah, yeah, you stole that one from me. I was gonna go for that myself. A little bit different,
Well,
but
you know, I'm sure you would have done a better job. I kind of wanted to beat you to it, though. It was the most
mm,
obvious joke there.
yeah. I mean, that's sort of our job, isn't it? Just make all the obvious jokes and hope we land. Just like Case will be hoping this B hit will land. And Molotov, though, from the CT side will hold up bay for a little bit longer. Means that the utility from Case is a little bit less efficient or effective. But Cynix, he's burning in the Molotov. The smoke's just galore everywhere. Fear's found an angle that's going to work for him, though. He gets two.
Oh,
But with just 7 points of health, a stray bullet will finish him off. 3-on-3
now
ensues.
the bomb's still down. Menezi could have the angle to it, but decides to reaggress toward the construction area, and Delboni finds him. That's going to leave only 2 counter-terrorists alive, and with this kind of a deep position from Delboni, I think the afterplants are, well, not even the afterplants. The bomb has not been planted, remember, but this kind of a presence from the terrorists certainly will result in a kill and the round. There you go. Delboni finds his. And on care, while he takes one with him, will be going down to the grave. 6 feet under, 6 points on the board for KC Sports. And Navi Jr. predictably not having a fantastic time here on Inferno so far.
Yeah, they're struggling right now. I just want to check the game they played prior, Navi Junior, against on Inferno rather.
Some guy in chat saying, "Answer the door, you're being swatted." I don't think SWAT ring the doorbell, guys. That kind of ruins the point.
Hello, can you let
Just
us
bring a
in?
battering ram, you know. Plus, I'm on the top floor. They could helicopter in here, no problem. Just like drill a hole in the roof. I've seen Rainbow Six Siege.
Of course. I do want to point out one thing though, Navi Junior played a lot better on the T side of Inferno than he did the CT side last time they played. So,
But I want to point out one more thing. If you apply the eye test, a lot of those rounds were ridiculously close with very low time remaining.
true.
And I think the aim duels, they did go their way because of the weaker opposition on the GTZ Bulls, you know.
Very fair.
So still definitely a dangerous position for Navi to be in my opinion, as Brazilian CS seems to be reigning supreme today. And in this round specifically, very good buy from them. Navi Juniors saving their money, as they will just have a couple of deagles and some armor to go with, but no real results to show for it. Nissim finds the kill and loses only half his HP.
Ooh, that's the bomb though. In Pogorolov's control, and he's been able to get the AWP into his hands, but it's an awkward position to try and defend a downed bomb as a solo, especially when you've got players in Banana that Yeps has now revealed himself with the kill onto Fear. Pogorolov, he needs to yeah, there we go, he's dead. So there's just too many angles for him to watch there. Like he has to worry about top mid, Banana, and apartments. Is the only kill they find in the round. Bonke not having a nice time there in Boiler.
Looking at the entry kills, though. Predictably, KC Sports, they do seem to be finding the first kill more often than not. Only Menezi good with 2. Just an unfortunate situation to be in, because once you lose the initial player, you usually do forego the rest of the round. And in this one, KC Sports will be, well, sort of making some presence toward Banana, but in general, Navi Jr. should be having this one under wraps. Unless Yeps can go. I don't think he's going to be pushing the smoke anytime soon. Still waiting for the grenades to fall. So the utility exchange will be going on for a little bit while longer, as KC Sports do take control of the apartments area. 3 players ready to go, as top mid seems to be next on the menu. At least that's if you're following, you know, standard procedure. There you go. A nice standard smoke toward long. And then top mid is surely theirs, with the world being their burrito at that point. Mana not even controlled by Navi Jr. that well. And ooh,
That's a weird
smoke.
smoke.
Body blocked by Menezi. And now the A-take is still on its way. Delboni and Mini Pit, and, well, the initial frags do go the way of the terrorists. 2 of them to be precise. as the bomb can surely get planted now, and Navi Jr., no point in trying to go for this round. Gonna be saving up.
This is tough for Navi Jr. Struggling here on the CT side, and I mean, Monetti's finding decent kills with the AWP, but it's just not enough right now. Let me have a look at that, because, yeah, I mean, right now, Menezzi on 8 frags is hanging in there with the case guys, but the rest of the team just are nowhere to be seen. You have Fear and Cynix there on 3 kills apiece. Onkir 4, a player who's been finding so many kills for the Nava Junior side. He's absent at the moment.
I'm sure they'll wake up on the T side, but they need to like get some kind of a comfortable scoreline on as the CTs for sure. And
Yeah.
hey, getting these extra kills onto the Brazilians to whittle down their economy, that's a good start. However, not that impactful. Landon, before buying, had more than 10K. Now on 5. Still plenty of players, high money, of course, for the Brazilian boys. But yeah, a couple of more rounds like that where you basically kill most of them despite losing the round and win a few rounds in a row, and suddenly you're looking at a comebackable scoreline, but KC Sports already winning the half at 8. Now Navi, best case scenario for them is 7, but with the money being this low, if they give up this round, it's going to be 10 for Case. So an AWP on Menezzi is going to be pretty useful here. There is one on Landon as well, who just lost the majority of his HP as Menezzi goes aggressive into Boiler. There you go. The initial kill goes the way of Navi Jr. Not very common, but it's always Menezzi to connect those. This is his 3rd so far, I believe, as the push into B does continue.
Tanix towards New Box is going to drop a smoke to try and provide him some cover, and that's much needed, especially as the Molotov comes in. A flashbang from his teammate allows him to find a kill, but that nade does heavy damage. Another flashbang comes through, and again, Navi Jr., they're finding these peaks, they're finding the frags that are shutting Case down from this B site. It's Delboni and Landon, last 2 alive, and finally Navi Jr. finding some sort of cohesion in this defense, but is it going to be enough, or is it going to be too little too late? As Delboni, he's just found 2 quick kills. Careful, Navi. You don't give up much more here. 3 players is about what you are comfortable giving up in a situation like this.
Exactly. Delboni, there you go. Doesn't even manage to get himself traded. Menezzi finds him outright through the wall. I guess it was through the coffins or something similar. But the initial kill, that's kind of what got them off to a great start there. A little bit overzealous, and Boiler does fall. And now we are brought into the 12th round with Navi Jr. looking to string some rounds together in a row with KC Sports economy still looking pretty okay, especially if they manage to not all die in the losing rounds. A bit more difficult to do as the terrorists, and also you are punished for it by not getting anything. But the mid push coming in from Navi Jr., it's a little bit of a change of pace. That's exactly what they needed, and that kill was, again, Menezzi finding it. And Nissa might be good for a trade here, but doesn't go for the peak. And Pogorlov might just be allowed to get away with it scot-free. Oh, not even scot-free. Menezzi finds DZT as he tries to go for the refrag. And there you go. 5 versus 3 score player count here. As the B push will be the last-ditch effort here from the Brazilian side. Cynix on the backside, though.
So many Navi Junior players here. That nade doing considerable damage as well to the approaching KC Sports players. Onkir up on the boost can probably deny the plant if nothing else, but he's actually going to drop away, and that was heard. Not going to be able to act on that information though, Case, as they've been able to gain control of the site. But it's untenable. As I was going to say, as Onkir swings in with a flashbang from a teammate, and Nava Jr., there you go, finding consecutive rounds here. So it's a 4th on the board, and they're starting to winch their way back into this game. But there's still a long way to go. They just line up for Onkir there.
Unfortunate, but it's not like they were going to be winning that one at all, right? The bomb plant was the best case scenario in that situation. And, well, Navi Jr., string rounds together they did. And KC Esports economy, while it looked pretty good now, is not looking too hot nowadays. How it started, how it's going, that one's not going to be looking too good.
double flash towards ult mid allows the peek for ult here. He's not going to spot anything out, though, I don't think. Or, well, there's a few shots coming his way.
But yeah, the Dilboni is going to have to go huge here with that hero AK. At least find the entry kill and then work from there. But what can you really do with this limited amount of utility? You're probably saving it for the actual site hit. And unless you do it straight off the bat, I don't see what they can really be doing here. Menezi on long, spots them out, falls on back, and a Molotov to cover him off. Not going to be good enough. The initial kill goes the way of the terrorists, but it is swiftly traded.
Yeah, you could see Menezi wanting to take a shot on someone, but the first player jumps past. He waits a little bit longer, hoping to catch a second player, but then it gets to the point where he realizes that he's just going to have to fall away, but it's still a little bit too late. And he can't quite escape. And now Case Esports, 4-on-4. They've got control of long, all 4 players in this location as well, but you can see that NAVI Junior, they're more aware of the potential of this flank towards the B site than they have been in prior rounds, as now KC Sports with the salvaged orb look towards the A site instead. Almost captures the shot. Instead, Pogorelov will nail down DZP. The orb's going to switch hands, and finally, Case will open up this A site. And this is with limited weaponry as well, remember.
Very limited, yes. They got the initial kill with the Deagle onto Menezi, salvaging his AWP, and, well, just worked from there, right? 2 weapons is all you really need for a site take. As Navi Jr. with only 2 players left alive, I think they're going to be going for this, expecting their enemies to not have armor, but that's not going to be the case. Only Nissim being the unarmored player here. The glass cannon still strong, and Fear has to save this one. 1 versus 3 not viable. And KC Sports, an unexpected win here, coming in, a 9th round secured, and Navi Jr. falling even further behind. But at least they have somebody to work with in this next one. However, if they lose it, we're looking at a 11-4 scoreline. And there were some people in chat saying they hope that, Navi Jr. choked the T side again. They're actually really good on the T side of Inferno, as we saw. Hopefully, they will be able to show that off and won't be falling prey to too many, incidents regarding the round timer.
Yeah, I think mostly it's just due to the potential of them being able to play more individually on the T side in some respects. But they're able to take the fights they want to a lot of the time.
Yeah, you can dictate the pace and dictate where the gunfights happen on the T side. So definitely a stylistic difference that is preferable to a lot of players. Meanwhile, though, Case, they are looking to execute here toward B, looking for that initial frag towards CT. The shoulder peak coming in, but not good for a frag with the AWP, as it's not even going to get smoked off. A flash and a Molotov is all they get. The back of the site has the player on it, but Cynex, he can't hide. He can only run, and running only gets him about a couple of meters to the left, as this is going to be a bomb plant coming in here. Landon finally crosses with the said C4 explosive. And Fear not being able to get the spray down here, as he is planting on the optimal spot for the default plant, and a 4v4 situation ensues. Will they be going for this retake? Not with that smoke down.
In 4-on-4, there's potential, but I feel like you're going to have to save for this final round, Navi Jr.
Yeah, you do.
Are they going for this?
Oh my gosh. Why, though? Landon gets an easy kill, and through the smoke, of course, the T's are going to start spraying, knowing there's an attack coming in. You had 4 players left alive, Navi Jr. Now you only have 2. Good luck saving those. Okay, well, almost collateral does happen there, but that's okay. Gonna result in Yeps dying as well. Some good economic damage done, but what was that worth exactly? They still have so much money in their reserves.
Yeah.
Those kills are just stat padding at this point.
Yeah, you either commit to the full retake or you just save. This sort of half attempt, it's just... It only benefits Case. They had so much cash that it doesn't even matter that the kills go down.
Massively. Look
You
at
can see
this.
they have a full buy.
Pogorelov and Sinks, they both had MP9s. Okay, no, they do throw that one away. But Pogorelov now has to have an MP9, and the utility isn't even all there. So definitely should have stayed in the CT spawn there instead of actually going for it on B.
Also, Cynex has been playing new box round after round over at B. In Case have just been started having his
demolishing him.
number. Yeah, I think there's one round he found kills from that position, but the rest of
Yeah,
the
you gotta
time it's
change
been.
things up.
Yeah, you should play like first oranges. I don't know, or just play a
Ooh,
ruin setup. The MP9 though.
this has potential. Pokerlov, you have to go huge here. Gets the dink, but not gonna be good for the kill, unfortunately. The high fire rate of the MP9 just not fast enough. As there is one player left here on the B-Bond side. That is going to be Menezi. The man of the hour gets a double, but is that going to be enough to save Navi Jr. here? The bomb still not having crossed, but one kill does go the way of Yep. So a 2 versus 2 suddenly looking very much better for the KC Sports boys, as they can still decide to go toward B if they want, but Fear reaggresses, knowing that that's a possibility, as Landon comes in as well, but Onkir, oh boy, he gets a double spray down in the end. A much needed kill here. Navi Jr. do pick up a 5th, and that is going to be a better half than I expected, honestly, coming out from the Navi Jr. side. Let's see if they can get it done on their more preferred T side, and that they don't let the the rounds timer, just dominate them as much as in previous outings.
Yeah, I think the T side is where Navi will probably get the majority of the rounds for this game, but it's you really don't want to be letting Case get a pistol, and they've been pretty proficient on the pistols. Maybe more
They
so on
sure
the T
have.
side. Obviously, with Nissim on those P250s pretty consistently, has been finding openings for his team. But the CT side pistols have still been pretty solid as well. This chicken is dead.
Oh no. R.I.P. F in chat.
Great Scott.
Well, great Scott indeed. Mid-aggression coming in hot here from the
Oh!
counter-terrorist side. The Brazilians losing so many players here. Not what they had planned at all. Sure, DZT does get one from top middle, but that's just going to leave Landon in this new box position. 4 players encroaching onto it, as the bomb will surely be planted in this round. Just a simple trade required toward the back of the site, but they're going to be getting ahead of themselves a little bit, planting before they even properly covered off the bomb site. That's going to be costing them a player and some valuable time.
Oh.
DZT finding another kill. Oh boy, a 1v1.
Breathe easy. If you are Navi Jr., that almost spirals into madness. I think
Ooh, ding,
Menezi's
ding, ding,
doing
ding,
pretty
ding.
well. Yeah, hit the
We're doing
jackpot.
3 in a row. Money shower coming out of the machine here, as the
A
Opper
Menezi
has
shower.
also the most, yes, has the most first kills and the most kills in general. I believe he had 3 so many rounds ago. I don't think he's gotten the initial kill in any recent rounds, though. So recent form not looking as good as it might suggest, but there we go. Again, mid-aggression coming in from the Case boys. They are, of course, force buying into this one. Deagles and Scouts across the board. Armor as well, and Nissim still not being seen here. No second mid-aggression to really flush him out, as the terrorists will be deciding to slowly take that banana control, but Nissim misses too many shots to make it worth it. Still, tags up a couple of players. But Delboni on 4 HP isn't too good either for the Brazilian side.
It could have been a much stronger first half as well for Navi Jr. because they let slip a couple rounds against the Pistols, so could have been more, but that is the way of the game, and now they just need to close out against these Pistols themselves. Actually forced a rotation all the way over towards B. Case they're going to go for the gamble stack. If they don't hit this B site, they'll probably just save these pistols and the scout, bring them into the next round, get themselves some weaponry for that next round off the back of these saves.
Yeah,
And
it would have been a full eco anyway,
yeah,
so you might as well save with 4 players. You see, Navi, that's what you do. You save with 4 players when you know you have nothing better in the next.
yeah.
Jokes aside, of course. They will be taking this 7th round here, as the A-bomb site is completely empty. Nobody's home, and their home is about to get destroyed.
That's sad.
Yeah, never a
Just
great time
victims
when
of
someone
war.
plants when someone plants a C4 explosive in your own home. Like, man, if I had a penny.
I'd have no pennies.
I would be dead due to the C4 explosion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure copper does get melted at those kinds of temperatures.
Um, I don't know because a bomb, it's a very quick explosion. It's not a lingering. It's not like consistent
True,
as
true.
opposed to like a fire. So I think it'll probably be all right. It might get a bit warm, but I don't think I
So
don't
you're
think the
saying
heat could transfer quickly enough.
so you're saying something akin to jet fuel might be more
Yeah,
appropriate for that kind of a task. Okay, okay.
possibly. Yeah,
In a theoretical scenario.
yeah. In a purely theoretical scenario. Navi Junior, though it's not theoretical. They've found 7, and they'll have to deal with pistols once more, though, along with that scout for landing. Ooh, a little bit of a run boost there.
Not gonna find anything off
No.
the back of it, and the scout moves so fast it might as well be a walking jump boost. I mean run boost. So yeah, off to a slow start on this one, as KC Sports, of course, did save up their weapons from the previous and will be saving their money in this one. Not a reinvestment at all. Still hoping to get some frags, however, as these Navi junior boys will be pushing on in. And well, there goes the first hope here. Pogorlov does find Delboni hiding in the apartments. That's going to be the only player that had a presence there. Are they boosting on top of DZT? No, okay, they're just together on the boost. That's interesting though. Look, a second player on the boost. Once the first one dies, DZT is in the back there with his head down, and he can just reaggress faster than the terrorists might expect them. I really love that setup, and it's such a shame that we won't see it in action because they are going toward A, of course. A completely empty bomb site again, and this time I don't think KC Sports wants to save. I guess they do. It's still armor.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 2 players with full armor already. That saves you $1,000 per player on them. Landing
Hmm.
with Kevlar. I mean, I don't know if he's
You don't
taking
need anything
damage.
better.
I don't know if he's taking damage, so I don't know if he can upgrade to head armor for just the $350.
In 2 rounds, I doubt it.
Yeah, unlikely. But it is going to be 8 and 2 very anticlimactic rounds coming through here, but necessary either way.
Like pivotal for Navi Junior.
Yeah.
Without this kind of a good start, if KC Sport just start dominating from the get go, I think we can pretty much say goodbye to Navi being in LOOT.BET Season 9. The Brazilians, however, still going strong, will be attempting in the next full buy round to get one over the Russian Ukrainian side. As Pogorlov, he wants to farm up some money with this Mac 10. Let's see if he can get anything. Just a push here. There you go. A jumping kill and brings out the Deagle. Not sure why. Guess he was running out of bullets in his Mac 10. But either way, not a kill, nor the kill reward will be going his way. And if you want a reward, killing or otherwise, it's more of a betting reward. Deposit reward, let's put it that way. You can hit exclamation mark loot in the chat and see what happens. I don't know what happens. Do you?
No, I mean,
Who knows? I'm just,
you
you
have
guys
to
are gonna
find
have to
out for
find out yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I know it's only good things.
I'm sure it is.
Guns out for Case. Sun's out, guns out. Sun's always out over Inferno. Very sunny place. Would you want to live in Inferno? Minus the constant war going on.
Well, it does seem like a chill place to be. There's even
Yeah.
a room with a computer with Counter-Strike on it. Oh boy, okay.
No way.
Well, I wouldn't want to live in these apartments if Parkerlov is going to be shooting through the walls like that. It is a new angle they added, right, with that door being
Yeah.
slightly open. I'm sure it was like 2 years ago or something, but I don't see the wall bangs coming through on that
They
one that
actually-
often.
They actually
Huh?
adjusted the apartment slightly a couple of months ago, so that wall that Pogolov was shooting through is actually a much more bangable.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. The difference is really paying off here,
Yeah.
as the initial kill does go the way of Navi. What do you say?
It was about the same time they changed the Mirage Palace so that you could bang from the inside of Palace onto the wood.
Which
Pulling
I don't
up.
think I've seen that one
I've
yet,
never
to be
seen anybody
honest.
do it.
Pros should read more patch notes.
I don't know how often you'd actually have someone playing there. Maybe when you know you're against an eco, it might be a free frag, but DZT takes a lot of damage. His teammate has found a kill over towards that ace site, but I feel like he may just be trying to save this one. 4 on 4,
Just
they don't fancy a retake.
so many rounds in a row now. 4 people saving for KC Esports. Sure, they don't all survive all of the time, but they just give up on the round immediately here.
Yeah, but
Has
I
has
mean,
Jame
limited
moved to
utility.
Brazil? Is he the coach here?
It's just 4 James right now. No, I mean the limited utility. You can see it's just 2 flashbangs in use, 4K. So you've just got almost nothing to get in towards the site with, and easy. Well, bit early for that one, Monezi. I mean, I could understand it when you were spraying it a couple days ago, that easy one, but you're down around still. So hold that one in your pocket for a little bit longer. Still leading the way though on entry kills is Menezi.
Yeah. But then so many case players below him, right? Sort of making a fool
Yeah,
of him.
for sure.
So many for the Brazilians. Not on the CT half, however. Navi Jr., they've just been running away with this one in 4v4 scenarios where they take the bomb site. And I am sort of starting to get worried, but KC Sports, they are still making this one competitive, right? So definitely all with to play for. Easy spray.
I
Love to
wonder
see
if
the
that.
easy.
Yeah, I wonder if Yeps actually notices that there. Oh, it's like it's right in their face, isn't it?
It is. Psychological warfare with
Yeah.
sprays. That's something I started doing in pug matches as well.
I remember when all the craze when sprays came out was about like spray and smoke lineups and stuff in warm ups. I remember when people did that. I don't know how much effect it really had, but it was like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but for CS:GO, it was all the craze.
Well, that's kind of what skins are, isn't it?
But
Just
they,
crypt. Oh,
they anticipate a player logs. I mean, they certainly suspect someone might be close with Molotov in the right side. But I mean that'd just by extension you expect someone in the close left angle then instead, and they do clear it. Cynix
exactly.
gets the kill, and that Nature do decent chunks of damage. 15 HP for landing only. He's gonna have to fall away, and that B site is vulnerable. But Navi Jr. they're not
Again,
gonna try and collect on the top back of that.
no, just getting the entry kill on one side of the map and then going toward the other side on short very fast, pressing W, holding it down even as Delboni will be trying to take him down from pit. Finds the first, the second as
No.
well through this roll. No, 3 actually. I missed one of them. Menezi, the last man alive, and he knows the player in pit has to be punished. That he is with a no scope to the body. As the bomb just can't be recovered there. Too far in the open. He does throw a smoke down, hoping that counter-terrorists will be playing more passively, but with that kind of a man advantage, I don't see why they would. Delboni, however, doing a massive service for his Brazilian boys here. As, yeah, Menezi, as good of a player as he is, there are limits to human capability. And that's going to be that. KC Sports with an 11th. Finally, getting around after saving 4 players so many rounds in a row, and their money is not looking all that good. So if Navi Jr. can find at least a round where they kill everyone, they will be forced into an eco and bring this one to an 11-11.
Yeah, but that does require a round going Navi Jr.'s way, which when Case are actually fighting for it seems a lot more difficult than when they save. So who'd have thought?
Some Brazilians have showed up in chat. Vamos Brazil, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm sure
Oh
they're pretty
dear.
happy with themselves if they initially bet on KC Sports because the odds were pretty insane. 4.2, of course, 420 odds. So you're a pretty happy person right now if you went for that one.
Pogrolev trying to go for that wallbang again. Really wants to go for that wallbang again. Not gonna connect onto anyone this time. but 40 seconds on the clock, and that smoke down banana means that if NAVI Junior, as they look to do so, want to hit this this B site, they're going to have to wait, and it's going to be quite late in the round. 25 seconds on the clock right now. It's going to be a few more seconds before the smoke's fully gone, and there you go, 20 on the clock as they start their push in. It's about as late as you'd want to leave it. That Molotov does do so much damage. Cynix on just 15 HP. He'll get finished off by DZT. And now the rotations are coming in. They need to clear out the back of this site. 10 seconds. Yep, so he could deny the bomb plant. Oh, spam through the box. He's not quite going to connect, but he finds a kill nonetheless. As okay, tries to chase, but Yeps is just so cognizant of that fact. It might be case onto 12 unless this defense of Navi Jr. for this bomb plant can rack up some mighty fine shots. But Menezi on the AWP, always a factor.
They really need to find this banana player and fast, but he's not giving it to him. He's not pushing in just yet. He knows he has to wait for his comrades to start making noise, and there you go. 2 kills coming in quick succession. Yeps and Delboni gonna be sealing this round for the Brazilian side. The bomb is getting defused, and Navi Jr., their money not looking the best, but they will be, of course, investing in the next one. Still 1 round away from being ecoed, and that's gonna be Case Esports on well, 14 if that manages to transpire. But an excellent B hold there. And yeah, the retake 4 versus 2, just you get those 9 times out of 10, don't you?
You know what you get 10 times out of 10?
Ooh,
bonuses from LOOT.BET if you use code Porto.
Man, that's something you can rely on. That's something you can take to the bank. If, of course, you win some bets. But, you know, other than that. But I don't know. They don't just give you 100 free bucks. I'm sorry, but that is not how businesses work. But Nissim, the way he works is he gets entries for his side, and then he falls on back, very aggressive toward middle. Gives this round a very good start for the Brazilians, as Navi Jr. will be forced to, okay, well, get a nice little smoke because Menezi was boosted on logs. I didn't expect that one. DZT falls with the banana control foregone to the Russian side. As now they'll be having to hold back this B aggression should they decide to actually go for it. Let's see. Okay, the smoke's being lined up, but re-aggression on banana coming in hot.
Oh, dear.
No flashes to assist them. Maybe that guy from CT is going to be helping out. No, Landon finds the first shot. Yeps as well chimes in, and the Molotov is going to be holding them back. The man advantage now again in the hands of Case Esports. Having the additional information that there's a lot of terrorists on banana is also going to be giving them a nice flank opportunity, but another trade does transpire, and this is going to be a 1v1 on the B bomb site that Cynix needs to win post-haste, and that he does. A 1 versus 1 situation, as Delboni should be coming in here, swinging wide for the for the planter, and he does actually find him in the end. Plenty of time, of course, to save the AWP as well. And Navi Jr. so close yet so far on this one. Losing the initial frag, then losing banana for a brief period of time. And once you push onto the site with a man disadvantage, there's only so much you can do.
It's almost just 2 for 1 there for Landon.
At least they do get the bomb plant, though, so that's going to be
Yeah.
helping out with, you know, finances just a little bit.
Yeah, it means they can rebuy up into this one. I mean, Onker, he's left on a Tech 9 by the looks of things, but a few AKs, the Scout for Menezi, it can do damage this buy. It's, I mean, oh dear, it's not looking pretty, though.
Oh, man. The last chance saloon here for Navi Jr. Cynix already taking some damage here, and I think they're going to have to give up on banana control unless... well, they do fancy going for it. Yeps, with it all to do here. Waiting for the smoke to dissipate and get the frag afterwards. The fallen flash coming in. Not going to be too effective, however. But the grenade will. Onto tree. Onkir does find a kill, Cynix! Across the smoke, just above the broken wall. The info play did not work out the way those players intended it to. As Navi Jr. do find themselves with a man advantage going straight into a B execute with Nissim still playing from back box. Do they forget to check him? No, because he gives away his position. Gets the kill and starts hiding, waiting for reinforcements, but those reinforcements are actually just not coming.
Nissim actually gets 2 there from his position, which is
Yes.
pretty decent considering 5 angry terrorists were heading his way. Landon missing the shot. Pogorlev, he could save that up, and that'd be a very nice addition to the Navi Junior roster for that next round as Delbonia gates free. I think he's just looking for damage here. Try and ruin Navi Junior economically. Even one kill more would put pressure on the Navi Junior economy once again. They have like no cash in reserve, so if you can get one, that would be huge. And we'll catch Fear trying to escape. Anything else is a big old bonus.
Just
Pogorlev.
gravy, but yeah,
Yeah.
no gravy today. I'm not a big fan of how KC Sports decided to play that one off. They did have as I was saying, they did have a player at the back box, right? Just holding on to that B bomb site, wasting so much time waiting for cavalry to arrive. But those guys, they were still just planted on that A bomb site, like some kind of C4 explosive device, just not moving whatsoever. And then only once that player dies on B do they rotate. And then I don't know like what they were expecting to get out of that. I thought the save was the call, but then why die to the terrorists, right? Why go for it so hard? The economic damage not really done too much. Only Ankir on the Galil, and the rest on pretty good utility and all the weapons they could possibly want. Manezi even gets the AWP, and now KC Sports, instead of having weapons in this one, they will be forced to do a full eco. Just some P250s and a 5.7 to help them out on the way, though. And a couple of smokes. A pretty large amount, actually. They can funnel these terrorists in any way they want, but it looks like the Astralis stack here toward long is the order of the day.
They're going to walk into it as well, Navi Junior. Do they have a flash or anything to clear this? No. Okay, well, I mean, that's the bomb drop now in CT control. Now it smokes off. That is tragic. Oh, dear. You need to send Pogorlev around the world here. Well, not around the world, but around through the A site. And they're just going to smoke off both angles as well. So, 25 seconds on the clock. Oh, this is so awkward.
Yes, it is. Those smokes are really coming back into this game. Didn't expect it to be that way, and there you go. Once the smokes dissipate, it's kind of a foregone conclusion that these CTs are going to be falling. A nice double to start things out with, and then, well, it just sort of falls apart from there. All players chiming in there except for Pogorlov. And an 11th secured for the Navi Junior side. And now we get into yet another one of those very decisive rounds here as both teams, low money. Sure, if Navi Junior managed to get a bomb plant, their money isn't that low, but whoever wins this one will be in the driver's seat for the remainder of this half, in my opinion. Navi have the opportunity here to even things out 13-13.
Look, I mean, the economy isn't great for Navi Junior. Luckily, they have that full buy. Still. After suffering lots of casualties, but it's a difficult situation, that's for sure. Hey, look, there's another easy spray.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like Where's Waldo, you know? It just
Bit of
shows up
trophy
every now
hunt.
and again. Where's the easy spray?
Let's
There it
play a
is.
game. Just creeping and crawling their way in towards B. Two defenders to try and dislodge. It's Yeps and DZT. A little bit of a rhyme there. See if we can keep it going.
Ooh.
They're looking for the shots, but they don't be knowing. Cyanix, he gets the first on kill with the second. The bodies start to fall, and they'll have the site.
The bodies have officially hit the floor here, and Navi Junior have won a very pivotal round here. 11-13 will certainly become a 13-13 situation, especially if Delboni and Landon aren't able to save these AUGs, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. Decided that Pogorlov will fall in that exchange, so both counter-terrorists now much safer than they used to be. Fear still hunting, of course, but due to the fact that the CTs could literally be anywhere, he should be falling to any potential campers, especially the one in pit, which It looks like he's actually going to be trying to contest here. After the bomb explodes, that's usually when you start running because it covers up the sound of your footsteps. But he's not going to even be going for it, leaving the player alone in pit to save. And 2 AUGs for KC Sports. That's something that they can take into the next one, maybe do some economic damage that they still need to keep going on the Navi Junior side if they want any chance of resetting their economy anytime soon.
Yeah, so Nova Junior don't actually get any sort of free rounds here right now. At
No.
least not in the next couple, because Case, they have these AUG, well, the AUG and the AK, as well as a few Deagles that can cause some serious damage. And then in the next round they'll have the full buy. So Navi are really just sort of in a position where they need to be flawless. Any rounds they drop, their economy is going to be up. You know what?
Not exactly free rounds, but let's say they're on a Steam sale.
Yeah.
You get a
Discount.
Yes, 40% off, as one of the guns has already fallen, turning this into a 60% off sale. Time to invest. Easy spray. Ooh, DZT actually going to be aggressing solo toward Banana. Looking to find those unexpected frags, but Cynex, anything but unexpected from his end, does find the kill as he was holding the corner. Just Yeps left alive on the A bomb site, and not really anything to save here, not even armor. So unless he can make his way toward where Menezi died and maybe picking up an AK-47, that would be pretty good. But Fear is, I think he's got that under locks. He's going to need the lock-picking lawyer to get out of this one. Shout out to everyone who got that reference.
I am a bit of a watcher of lockpicking lawyer.
Oh, there you go.
Hello, this is the lockpicking lawyer. And today, we'll see.
We're going to be dislodging this bullet out of my cranium. From the back, of course. Yeps did manage to get a nice one toward the end, but can't really save the AK-47, so going into the next, it will be an even-Steven scoreline.
Close game for the final map. Just what we delightfully accept, or delightfully wanted as well.
Yeah, a bit of a timeout coming in. Just the Brazilian's going to be considering their options here. Not even having bought up yet, but certainly will be. 4 rounds in a row for Navi. Menezi going ham. Look at this, 26. Not making it easy for the Brazilians by any stretch of the imagination.
Landing with the AWP hasn't been having the impact you'd expect. That's for sure. Has struggled with that AWP, especially when you compare it to Menezi, who's still finding a lot of impact on the T side with this AWP as well, which is
yeah, so much.
It's such a trait to have that right now, and it's keeping Navi Junior in this. The amount of openings or refrags he's found with that AWP are really setting Navi Junior in a position where they can force this to a victory for themselves. As right now, 13 to 13, they're looking for 14.
Menezi will not be part of the initial push here. He does just throw the flashbang for his comrades to make a waterfall out of the apartment's area, but Fear already losing his life, and now the re-aggression should be coming in. The short presence should be strong, but not being able to find any frags yet. So many CTs already present on this bomb site. Here, all you have to do is press mouse 1, buddy. There you go. Finds the frag, and yet another one onto the A bomb site with the rest of the defense falling like flies here. Just DZT left behind the long smoke, no less. Will have to be going back, and Navi Jr. do pick up the 14th. Holy. This is starting to look very doable for the Russian-Ukrainian side. People saying VAC because it was 2 kills through the smoke. Come on, guys. Those were very expected angles. Like, I'm all for, like, some meme VAC calls, but you guys are being serious, I think, and that's just unreasonable. Come on. Like, if you got nothing else to do, you might as well shoot through smokes. You know, that's kind of what tilts me about that whole analysis.
But
Ooh,
keeping on those weapons, you can see. Okay. This takes a few shots, and I think even just the head slightly showing on that second shot. So, but DZT keeping himself alive, keeping the guns alive. Actually, did he only keep one alive in that? Did the other gun go down?
I missed that.
Because Del. Yeah, I think so.
All right, map point basically secured at this point. Navi Junior should be getting the 15th on their T side, and then KC Sports should be in a pretty good buy position after that one. But 2 rounds in a row is what's required. And you said they wouldn't be getting any more free rounds here. It looks like that prediction still holds true with DZT holding on to this M4 still, with the USPs helping him out, and well, Delboni on the Armored Eagle buy at least will be chiming in as well. But they're going to have a long think about this one. How do you want to go for this? Do you go aggressive? Do you just play default? Do you stack a bomb site perhaps and leave DZT alone with his smoke and flash on one of the bomb sites? Who knows? And people are saying they were kidding about the back thing. So apologies for missing the joke. R/whoosh.
A big whoosh indeed. Such a whoosh I could hear the air passing.
That is the sound effect that things make.
Yeah, whoosh.
Although in Counter-Strike we did call them whiffs, because you know when a bullet whizzes past you, it does sort of make that kind of a sound.
Are you proposing that from now on we call them whooshes? Oh, what a whoosh!
That would
it's
be
a
awful.
mega whoosh.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Oh dear. I mean, it's. I'd like to say it's pretty much guaranteed 15th by now, but I mean we've seen in already case that have had some. Have given Navi Junior some scary moments with pistols, and with this M4 as well. There's definitely potential for them to maybe snowball around, pick up an opening frag, and from there just like recover weapon after weapon and just dismantle Navi Junior one by one if they don't play for the trades well, the T side. So we'll see how this obviously fares for them. Navi Junior have been pretty efficient in finding the trades against the gun rounds this half, but yeah, it's still not a locked-in round, and with aggression in towards Banana, Nissim on a scout decides better off sticking around because he loses a third of his HP almost instantly.
Manezi on the AWP and Nissim on the scout. That kind of a duel can only go one way. But it looks like they won't be seeing each other yet. Apartments, of course, no presence here as all the Navi Junior boys, they're going toward Banana, and a stacked bomb site awaits them on the other end. Still, free Banana control. Maybe they pivot off the back of this and go for top mid control afterwards, but it looks like they're sticking around and even getting some backup in the form of Pogrelov. So an execute should be coming in here against 3 players. Sure, one of them is about to be smoked off, but he can still throw what little utility they have, perhaps. No, it's just landed in DZT with util here. As they do get forced off of their angles onto the first box here. Yeps has to go huge with the deagle. Let's see if he does. The Bloney certainly whiffed it as he pushed through the smoke, not being able to connect. And Yeps, yeah, he does get a double, but all the other players, they fall without taking anything with them. And that's going to be Navi Junior with the significant lead here, even knowing that they're coming from the back as Menezi finds the kill. Gets smoked off. I think he's a bit cheesed off about that one, but come on. I think he's going to be happy regardless that they're going to get map point here. And then KC Sports. All the economy damage in the world is not going to matter at this point. So much saved up in the Navi Junior bank. They're going to have to get 2 rounds in a row and get us into overtime. That's the only hope the Brazilians have left in this one.
Oh dear, oh dear. It's looking like I was right, Sermon. Not to rub it in, but...
Yes. not to rub it in, but it is 15-13, very close scoreline. Although I was expecting Navi to perhaps not have a good T half at all, but hey, proven wrong. They have been immaculate on this one after a very poor one on Dust 2. Just shows that perhaps Inferno is a map they're working on a lot more than Dust 2. A deceiving HLTV percentage here. As we will be going into what is possibly the final round with yet another pause coming in, presumably from the Brazilians to decide what kind of a setup they're going to be going for here. Landon still yet to buy, but has enough for an M4, so maybe there's one on the ground for him. As Menezi and just Menezi will be having the AWP as Delboni. Oh, okay, no, Nissim does drop it over to Landon. There you go.
A wise
Delboni
call.
will be on the AOG.
Karen, I mean, I've got to give props to Case no matter how this round falls.
Absolutely.
Given Navi Junior the toughest game of this closed qualifier that Navi Junior have experienced, and those double nades could have done so much more damage, but it still leaves two players at considerable deficit to the HP that they have. To be defenders, Yeps and Landon gonna have to just pull away from that one. Don't want to stick around in Banana any longer.
So with Banana in their control, they are sort of starting to massage the apartments area a little bit, and top mid control should be coming in soon. A few grenades wouldn't be amiss here. As Pogorlov, very ballsy peak on top mid, is lucky that there was no crossfire setup going on there. No cheeky boost or anything. KC Sports playing this one very passively, as that may be to their demise. Long controlling the hands of the terrorists right now, as a player is here to contest it, but Yeps, I don't think he wants to go for this peak, not with that many players there, as he fades away. A grenade to secure him the safety, and there you go. Nissim also answering back, and well, Delboni from this graveyard area. Such a great position to get those unexpected frags from. Navi Jr., they had a 5v3 going on there toward A, but managing to find 0 frags. We'll just be leaving Menezi to save this AWP into the next.
He's
and
dead.
KC Sports.
Ooh,
Okay,
no, he's
well.
not dead. Okay, never mind.
You spoke too soon, man. Don't doubt Menezi.
I mean, I've fair play. He's dead now. No, he's not dead. How is he unkillable? Oh dear.
He's got Simple looking over him, you know, in like Jedi ghost form. He's always telling him where the opponents are, and he makes it out of there with 3 HP, I believe, and an AWP. But that is going to be it for him in that one. And Navi Jr., the last round here for them to prove that they can get it done in regulation. But the Brazilians, they really want this overtime. They've been fighting for it. It's been a tough map. Let's see if they can get it done. 3 players toward B.
Can you imagine it overtime for the final map of this closed qualifier to decide who's going to go through to the LOOT.BET CS Season 9 main stage and fight against the likes of Endpoint, Skade, Lil Mix. There's so many strong teams in there. I think a Movistar Riders in there. There's so many solid teams, and for both of these teams we're watching now, it'd be a great opportunity to hone and refine your skills and show what you can do against the likes of some of sort of tier 2 CS's best teams.
Yeah, it would be a shame for KC Sports to fly all the way to Europe for this kind of an event and not make it out of the qualifier in the finals as well. Devastated they would be. As the push onto B does come in. Only 2 players here to hold them off. The first one gets traded immediately, and the new box position expected. Cavalry arriving through the construction area, but these Navi Junior players, they're out there. They're spilling out onto the B site. That's going to be 4 players holding down B with the bomb planted shortly, and no answer from KC Sports to be found. Sure, some shots exchanged here in the form of Yeps shooting through the construction smoke.
Desperate.
Wall bangs coming in, but that's just desperation at this point. You're right. 30 seconds left on the bomb, and what have they got for us? Menezi is going to be holding that angle. Even the Molotov, okay, to help out with his teammates. Might get shot in the back if he's not careful, but of course he is. Of course he connects with the shot, and that's just going to leave Delboni here. Very, very disappointed I'm sure these Brazilians are to not get it to overtime.